am live. Let me make sure. I gotta be careful here because shout out, I got a little poem I made here. I wanted to go live Christmas Eve here. Santos Coach, your breakthrough coach Santos Rolon. Whoa, what is going on here? Your breakthrough coach Santos Rolon Jr., the world's #1 problem gambling annihilator. Very grateful, very thankful, very energetic, very thoughtful, very hopeful as we go into a new year pretty soon. We will be in the Christmas day. I'm not too sure if I'm going to be able to answer the questions here on this feed. I'm just going to be here for a little bit. I just want to say hi, Merry Christmas to you guys that are out there. Whoever you are, wherever you are, Merry Christmas to you. What day is it? I'm not even thinking about the day. It's Thursday, isn't it? I believe it's Thursday. Yeah, so I have a little poem that I put together here I'm going to read. It's just a little poem. I'll be reading it here in a minute. But I want to see if I can get to some of the comments. All right, I'm on a new, let me see, live chat. All messages are visible. Okay, I can see that. No, I don't want that. Super chat, live chat. I guess that won't work, huh? Live chat, that should be on. I don't know why it's not. All right, well, I know somebody's there. I don't know if I can reach somebody on the other side. Merry Christmas. All right, let's get into this poem because some people's attention span is very, very limited, especially problem gamblers. I get a lot of problem gamblers that come across my YouTube channel, but I realize that they have a short attention span. And unfortunately, that's just what is that? When you're chasing the game, when you're chasing that high, your attention span is very, very limited. It's very limited. Unfortunately, it's a result of the machine. It's a result of the software. It's a result of the mechanical, well, I shouldn't say mechanical, the invisible interaction that goes on between the human being and the machine. Whatever, maybe the machine is not a machine. Maybe it could be a deck of cards or whatever. Or it could be rolling dice, or it could be roulette. Anyways, here it is. Okay, let me see if we can do this. And I'm just gonna read this. And again, it's almost midnight. It's not midnight here in California. It's only 11:10. But every day's Christmas for me anyways. At least it feels that way. It feels like every day. I want to believe that. I keep that in my mind, that every day is like Christmas Day, and the more I remind myself, the better it is. The more thoughtful I become. Call me strange. Call me strange, call me whatever. I don't care. As long as you know that I'm happy. Or even if you don't know that I'm happy, as long as I know that I'm happy inside. Even when I'm suffering, I can still be happy. In fact, I was thinking about that earlier today. Let me reflect on some notes real quick. Let me see. Is it possible to be happy every day? Rich, thank you, man. I see you there. Happy holidays. Is it possible to be happy every day? Now, this is a little study, a video that I'll probably make later on. I'm not going to get into this here. But I want to read my poem. Okay. Let me get back to my poem. Where's my poem? Come on, Santos. Look for the poem. Look for the poem. How's everybody doing? I can't really type because I'm on a different device here. But if you can send a message and let me know that you're alive, I'll see your message. I'd like to say hello, aloha, buenos dias. Let me see. Joe there he is. All right. Merry Christmas, Joe P. Prev. Okay, so I see Joe. Right on, man. All right. Okay, whoa, that's not the right one. You don't want me to read that one. Okay, here we go. You know, this is kind of funny little story, but I enjoy donating. Rich Sapani needed this. Amazing. You came on, bro. Cool. We'll be here for a little bit then. Hopefully I'll be able to charge you up. I enjoy giving to the paralyzed veterans of America. I've been doing that for a couple years now. I don't give a lot, you know, I just do a little bit every month. So they send me gifts, they send me cards and different things, notepads and stuff, you know, that I enjoy writing. This is kind of like one of my toys, you know. I get a piece of paper or pad or whatever. Man, I'm like a pig in the mud. Anyways, I was just checking out the little pad and I thought, wow, you know, I'm always getting these gifts, but on this particular pad, I noticed that my wife's name was on it, on the top. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm the one that's, you know, given to the to the charity, right? And I'm thinking, wait a minute, what's going on? So I asked my wife, her name's Sherry. I said, Sherry, I said, what's going on here? She goes, you know, I started giving too. You know, it's amazing how people could be even in the same household and don't even know what the left hand is, what the right hand is doing. I guess I've been a good influence on her. Anyways, we give to paralyzed veterans, and they send us little things. You know, if you give to charities and stuff, they send you little gifts and reminders so that you can keep sending. All right. Hello, happy Merry Christmas. A Merry Christmas. Jesus is the reason for the season. A new year is coming soon. No more cartoon. You're in a platoon, soldiers of self-mastery. Macaroon. A fork or a spoon. It's Christmas. I see the moon. Soon, a new day for your way. To 21, it's going to be fun. In the sun, His grace is my embrace, my prayer for the human race. Leave a trace, a posy trace. There we go. That's my Christmas poem, man. Come on. Yay, Santos, Christmas poem. We all have these little things that we do, you know, I call them life hacks, what it might be, a little bit of journaling, poem, poetry, singing. I know some of you guys sing in the shower. Let me see, living in boot camp. Living in boot camp. You have to have fun with yourself. You have to energize yourself, because indeed we're all going through some mud. We're all going through that jungle. We're all fighting like creatures of some sort. So we all have these battles that we're all going through, right? Everybody's going through. Even though someone might appear to be doing really good, doesn't mean that he's away from the battles. We're always in the battles, man. I'm often reminded of something a pastor friend of mine used to say. We go up to the valley, we go down in the valley, down into the valley. That's where it's kind of difficult in life. It's, you know, we have those experiences in the valley where it could be dark, it could be rainy, it could be slippery. However, it could hunger. And then we have those experiences where we go up to the mountaintop. Oh man, huh? You're on the vacation, plenty of money's in the bank account. You and the kids are getting along. Nobody's fighting. The car, the wheels are turning really good in the car. You know what I mean? The wheels go round and round, and that's on the bus. I, I know people have flat tires and stuff, and they end up getting stuck on the road. That's not a good thing. Merry Christmas, lay ya down. Merry Christmas, lay ya down. Merry Christmas. And Lay Ya Down is gonna sing a song for us. So hopefully you guys liked my poem here. I had a little poem going on earlier. And I did have some thoughts I wanted to share. Let me get back to these thoughts. Let me see if they... Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier. Is it possible to be happy every day? Let me see. Since we're here, we got a few crowd. We'll do some Christmas thoughts here. Is it possible to be happy every day? Is it possible to be happy? What does it mean to be happy every day? Do you want to be happy every day? Some people want to be miserable. No, I want to be angry. I want to be miserable today. Not me. I was thinking about this earlier. Is it possible to be happy every day? Every day. What if you challenge yourself for that to be, honestly, for something like this to happen, number one, I'm going to say just one little tip. I believe that you have to be in tune with the Maker. There has to be some kind of a union with the Maker. First, number one. Because all the books, all the reading, all the prayer, all the visualization, all the exercise, all of these wonderful things that we do. I remember this guy said, doesn't mount up to a hill of beans. No, it does. But ultimately, it's His grace that we need to embrace, because that's all, well, that's not all we have, but that's the primary reason for us being alive. I truly believe that. And I see some comments. I want to thank those of you that are commenting. Let me see if I can bring up the screen, the live chat. Usually you can, there we go. Oh, wow, there we go. Oh, now I can see everybody. Jim, let me see, there's Jim. There's Jim, Rich, Lay, Joe, Nick Castellano. All right, guys. And from the moment to moment, life changes. There we go. Merry Christmas. All right, I can see some of the comments. Pretty good. Thank you, guys. Yeah. So I'm going to kind of give you guys some food for thought. Is it possible to be happy every day? What do you guys think? Is it possible? Is it possible to be sad every day? Some say yes. Is it possible to be happy every day? Some say yes, but many say no. Some say yes, but many say no. What do you say? Is it possible to be happy every day? What would that be? Can you think of it? It almost sounds like, happy every day. It almost sounds like a fairy tale or something. Doesn't it? Like being happy every day. But what if you get angry? I'm not talking about having a angry one time. A lifestyle, a mindset that you wake up with every day. You feel the blows, you feel the wind, you feel the storm of life, you feel the scorpions. They sting. You feel the sting. But it's not the same, because you're happy, because you're striving to keep that inner peace that makes you happy every single day. We all have a formula. You have a formula that you can come up with, that you have. Maybe you have a formula. Maybe you're not even using it. We all have. Like right now you're getting thoughts, right? You guys, there's a few you guys here there's watching, and I appreciate all of you guys. You're getting some thoughts right now. You're getting some thoughts. And my question to you is, are you writing them down? Oh man, I just got distracted there. See, we're talking about being happy. You have your plan. You have your. Yeah, I can feel quite content having new tasks now. Yeah. Puerto Rican power. Santos watched Pursuit of Happiness for the 20th time. Very powerful, yes, and inspiring to everyone who needs it. Appreciate you, and Merry Christmas. That's a good. I've seen that movie one time. I think, yeah, very good quality. The character building, the patience, and just the breakthrough attitude, and the guys, and it's like real life. This is real life, right? It's not. It's like in the movie. Of course, it's a movie, but that's for us too. Imagine if everything was easy all the time. Imagine if it was easy all the time for us to just we think we want it easy, right? I sure we want it easy, but then there's no real victory. We know that life isn't all bed of roses, huh? You have to be optimistic in everything we do and have life. Yeah, remember Rocky? He goes, it's not how hard. Let me see if I can remember this. It's not how hard you get hit, but it's how hard you get hit. And you keep on taking the hits and you keep on going. I think that's how he said it. He said, cowards ain't like that. Right? Remember that one? That one scene? I remember in the movie. You take your hits, and we're all taking hits. It's just, seeking direction and knowing where we're going and what it is that we want. I mean, sometimes I think I know where I'm going, and I keep asking myself questions because we're learning, we're changing, things happen every day. We just have to we have to stay in the movement, like they say. In the movement. All right, my friends, I see a few going off. Going off here. Rocky, yep. Remember the old man? He goes, Rocky, you're a bum. You're a bum, Rocky. Hey, Nick, don't you call me no bum. I ain't no bum, Nick. Yeah, I remember those when I used to watch. I used to watch a lot of those movies. Remember the scene when he was chasing he was chasing the chickens in between the buildings, and he says, I feel like a Kentucky Fried Idiot. Yeah. Yep, that movie was good. Oh, there we go. Hello, my friend. Merry Christmas to you. Yeah, let me see. Who is that? Hello, my friend from Greek. Greek. All right. Greetings to Greek, my friend. Up there. Greetings. Good to see you. Yeah. I didn't know if anybody would be coming on because it's Thursday. And I wanted to just say hi to everybody, wish everybody Happy New Year. Merry Christmas Day. Okay, so Here's my conclusion. I'm not going to give you the whole study, but if you want to be happy, if you want to be happy every day, if you want to be happy every day. Now I have to be very careful here too, because I know that many people are, there's a lot of people that are hurting. People hurt. People are hurting out there. There's a lot of people going through some really, really ugly things right now. Ugly things. So if you are listening to me right now, I'm here with you. We're blessed. We're blessed to be here. We're blessed to be here, and I think that we should take advantage of the time that we have and the resources and the God-given talent, because there's other people that don't have what we have. You know? And I believe that you can be happy every day. I believe I'm happy every day, even though sometimes I'm accused of being one of the most negative people. I don't know how that happens, but it happens. We have a lot going for us, a lot of good lessons in the movie. You know, why would somebody say that I'm negative, man? Well, I can be negative at times, but that's not who I am. See, you know who, right? If I sat there and I saw you get angry, or you had a car accident, you hit another car you had an accident, whatever happened. Let me see if anyways, I'm getting off track here. I'm not even gonna go there. So we'll just forget about that one. Let's just forget about it. But let's go back to being happy. Is it possible to be happy every day? Yes, it is. But I have to ask you, number one, do you want to be happy? Daily. And so I have to ask you, how is your speech? How is your speech? How are you talking to yourself? How are your thoughts? What are you thinking about yourself? What are you thinking about your future? What are you thinking about? You want to be happy every day, right? You want to be happy all the time, as much as possible. You want to be happy even when you're sad. Is it possible to be happy even when you're sad? Even when you're grieving. I believe there's an element of happiness even when you're grieving. Even when you've lost a loved one, I believe that there's an element of happiness there too. It's there somewhere. There's always a rose in the thorn. There's always a light in the darkness. Somewhere there's a light. We hope there's a light. What about your emotions? What are you doing with your emotions? You ever get around people that are they're really bouncy, and you notice that their emotions go up, down, up, down, up, down? You ever notice people like that? Get around people like that? They're a bit strange. I'm like that sometimes too. That's why I have to work on myself every day. What about your environments? What kind of an environment do you where do you live, right? Where do you live? And I think about, what are you doing in your place of living at home? How do you surround yourself? What do you watch? TV, radio, journaling? Do you spend hours in front of the mirror like I do, talking to yourself into, convincing yourself of stuff that you need to be doing? Because the procrastination side is on one side is saying, no, don't wait till then, do it later. But yet your discipline side is saying, nope, gotta do it. Gotta do it. Santos, you're in control. Remember, I shared this with you guys, and you guys should know this one by now. This is a good one, good lesson here that I'm going to share with you guys again. Your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. Did I get you there? I got myself there. Environments and let me see, influence. Okay, we're talking about influence now. Your speech, your thoughts, your emotions. your environments. What else? Influence. What about exercise? Is exercise a good form to keep you happy as much as possible? I notice with me that if I don't exercise, like I like to exercise at least, well, I'm exercising a little bit more these days. There's an imbalance in my life when I'm not doing it. There's just something about the exercise, the blood, the rush, whatever I get out of it, it makes a big difference. Anyways, I'm getting off track here. I'm going way too long. I'm gonna probably just be another minute or two here. So lay you down. Let me know when you're gonna be with us to sing the song. I now fill in small parts of things. I just get it started and break it down into micro stepping. I sit for too long. My doctor said breathing is poor. Deep breathing ×3. It's really good for you. You could do it in your car. You can do it while you're laying down. You can do it in the shower. You can do it while you're standing. You could do it right here. Deep breathing. I do it early in the morning as much as possible. And then when I'm walking, you know. And the longer that you hold the breath, you know, you're thinking, right? You're thinking as you breathe in. Sometimes I'll hold my breath a lot longer, but you think good thoughts when you're doing that. When you're holding your breath, you're thinking good thoughts. Whatever you need to think for you, whatever it might be. I don't know, what could it be? Maybe you need something, you're looking for something. Maybe, I don't know, you lost your keys or something. You need to focus on where you left your keys. Let me see, did I get another? Getting distracted here. So weight loss, the big challenge now for me. You can do it, man. Wow, I might hang out with you guys for a little bit longer here. I'm kind of liking this feed. I like to sit down sometimes, but I like to stand up. This is a little different because I can only move so much in this little space here that I have. We talked about environment, your home earlier. We were talking about the environments and the things that we do to get us, the things that we do to convince ourselves, to keep us motivated to do what we want to do. That is the right? To focus on what it is that we need to focus on to get us to do the things that we know that we should do. They're challenging, but that's what we need to be focused on, right? Those things that energize us, those things that keep us, those things that help us say, I'm going to keep going at that moment where you feel like giving up. But instead that voice kicks in, that energy kicks in because you've been focusing on stuff, right? On the right stuff. And that energy comes in, man. Just when you feel like you're just about to croak over, you're about to, you feel like you're, and you just get that wind and even just a word, a self word. Appreciate the donation, brother. You see there, let's see, what was that? I don't know. Whoa, Where's the live chat? Okay, there we go. Mauricio, thank you. Appreciate that, man. By the way, congratulations to your weight loss there. I think it was Jim that said he had some weight loss. Yeah, I'm going to be pushing the weights a little bit more. I found some really cool stuff, and I'm able to do a little bit more. Unfortunately, I do have back problems. They're pretty severe, and I have shoulder problems too. But I worked through it. I just kind of worked through the pain, but I found something natural to kind of help me, to get through, so I can work out and do the things that I need to do. Not as heavy as I used to lift, because I used to love lifting heavy weights. And it's hard, you can see, for tall persons like me to lift heavy weights. No. So exercise, influence, environment, emotions. If you want to be happy, is it possible to be happy every day? If you want to be happy, again, some say yes, many say no. What do you say? Whoa, what was that? Let me see. The live chat. I'm getting there slowly. Gambling, getting depressed, cutting yourself off. There you go. Yes, you can find solace in other things like food. Yep. Food. But if you got to cook food, you got to cook the food and make it difficult for yourself. The more you cook, they say, the more you cook food, the less you eat. Thank you for the donation, brother. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate the donations. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the live chat. Be here for a little bit. It's a little bit challenging on this device, but I can see the statements in the comments when they pop up, so I truly appreciate you guys. So this is the key. I believe this is the key. I believe this is the key to unlocking happiness every day, because once your mind believes what you want it to believe, it's going to reflect in your behavior. What you think is going to somehow, what you think about and what you hold on to up here, somehow it has its way of invisibly penetrating into your everyday experiences. That's why it's so important to be in control. Can you, or guide, let me say this, can you control your mind 100%? I don't believe you can. You can guide your mind. I don't know about 100%, but you can guide your mind, because you can train your mind, and your mind's pliable. I remember I used to be depressed. There was periods where I'd be depressed. I would get depressed very easily about stuff. And sometimes that depression would last for a period of time. It would kind of go on and off. I remember the doctors, the psychiatrists, they wanted to put me on medicine for my head. In fact, I even tried some. There was a couple times where I tried a couple of their so-called aspirins. You ever sit in a psychiatrist's office and he says, "Here, try my aspirin." Well, I did try it, but I didn't keep it, and I just didn't go down that path. And that's, man, sitting there, I just think about these psychiatrists that I used to talk to, and how I used to be, the depression that I used to get myself into, because I was, I used to be very depressed because I grew up in a place where I would see my dad come home, and sometimes he'd leave for a couple days and then he'd come back home. He'd be a little calm, or sometimes he'd be drinking, or he'd pull out the beer, and I remember he used to pull out, he had everything in boxes. My dad was really kind of like me. I'm the same way. My family says I'm OCD. Maybe that's why I get distracted, or ADD. He used to keep everything in boxes, and I remember as soon as he pulled out those boxes, man, he'd pull out a record player and he'd start playing this music. Really sad music. It was like, and he'd play it over and he'd be drinking and he'd get mad at my mom and start yelling at people in the house, and it just became really bad. And this happened frequently during the week. There was times where it was cool, quiet, and that's how I grew up for many years. I grew up with that violence, and my dad, making threats and taking us on road trips, putting us in the vehicle. I remember this Ford Falcon station wagon. It had the wood paneling on the sides, and we would go on these drives, and my dad would get so angry and yell at my mom. He'd slap my mom. My mom would be there yelling, trying to defend herself, and here we are, kids sitting in the car watching all this stuff. But it wasn't my mom that really ever initiated it. It was always my dad. I'm gonna kill us. I'm gonna run us off the road. And I tell you, man, I remember several times as a child, when I look back, I'm like, how did we survive that one? It's the grace of the Almighty. So I grew up in this environment. There was a lot of, back on the East Coast in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, there was a lot of violence, Puerto Ricans and blacks. I used to hang out with Wayne Prescott, and unfortunately Wayne Prescott died in a car he bought, but he was one of my buddies. I remember I used to do his hair. He used to we were in high school. Wayne Prescott, I'll never forget that. His brother is Troy Prescott. He's a Marine. So we did have some good times, but yet most of the time, man, I remember one time we were out. There was always things happening. And one time there was a fight. This guy cut his girlfriend's finger off, and it must have been 6:30 at night. I remember the police and the ambulance and everybody was out in front of the yard looking for a piece of finger, with flashlights and stuff. And they found the finger. I don't remember if they put it back on or remember, but they did find the finger. And so I grew, as a little kid, 110 pounds, fearful, running around other people's homes, getting exposed to drugs, and, little girls that aren't thinking right. And this is the kind of stuff that I grew up with, man. So I went through a lot of depression because of that. In fact, I'm going to share this. In 1990, I went through a very severe depression. Sometime after getting out of the service, I was involved with this young lady. Actually, I've been involved with a few young ladies, and all of them went sour. And it got to the point where I just couldn't. It got to the point where I couldn't handle my life. Went to a church, and I remember the church. I was basically homeless. I left my car. I left my belongings. I was in a bad relationship, and the church. I remember the church was in Hayward. They would send me to Richmond. It was like a 35-minute bus ride. So I went to the church for some help, and they would send me to a mission. People would go there, the homeless people would go there at night and sleep during the night mainly, and then they'd feed you, and I think they'd give you a soup sandwich and a sermon, and they'd kick you out for the day, and then you come back. You got to keep an eye on your belongings. And I remember being around a lot of people, homeless people, alcoholics and stuff, and I'm just trying to make my way through all that. I remember going through that for a week, I think a week or two. And finally, man, I just got into the church, and then we got into the program. And so I've suffered, man. I don't like talking too much about all of this stuff that I've gone through, but through those years, I was really, really depressed. I was. I didn't know who I was. I was gambling. Relationships were just failing left and right. I couldn't really hold jobs down very well. And, on and off gambling too, which obviously that doesn't help. And yet through video therapy, through journaling, through asking myself questions, through failing, through getting in front of the camera, sharing videos, and writing emails, and creating what have you, I've got myself to where I am today, where I'm free. I'm free, and I'm happy every day. I know I'm probably thinking, man, Santos, you went a long way to share with us how you're happy today. But that's why I'm so grateful. When you've been in stuff, I mean, nobody knows what you've gone through, right? There's some things that nobody will ever know. But when you know where you've come from, that dark pit, that mindset of fleas. I used to have fleas, piojo mindset. You remember that, and you don't want to go there. You do everything in your power to stay out from that place, because you know the pain, you know the torture, man. And it's torture living in that. And how do we get out? How did I get out? I hit a, I fell in 2014, gambling problems and all that, lost all my money. But how, why did that happen? Why didn't I kill myself? Why didn't I commit suicide? I think about all these things. And so I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful that I'm here. I'm grateful that I can share my ideas and my story with those of you that are listening. All right, my friends. Appreciate the likes. Thank you guys for the donations, that's for sure. And yeah, it's rough. My dad, let me see, my dad was just as bad. I got it twice. They divorced when. I tell you, my dad was a mean. He was bad. The people in the neighborhood, they didn't like my dad. Some of the people, I mean, they feared him. That's what it was, because they knew he would get drunk and get violent. My dad had some good qualities. He's very clean and very organized, but unfortunately, his dad, I think my grandfather really probably put it on him when he was, because my dad was very young. He worked on the farm, the house farm and stuff. At a very young age, he got pulled out of school. And now he's still alive, though. Tried to kill my mom. Stabbed my mom 5 times in front of the house. Crazy stuff, man, that I've been through. Literally, one evening, almost during the wintertime, after beating my mother up, I don't know what had happened that afternoon. I think he beat my mom up. She went to the hospital, came home from the hospital. Figure this out. Here we are. I remember my brother. I don't remember my sister being there, but I believe she was there. I remember my mom, my brother, myself, and there was somebody else that came to the house. I don't remember exactly who that was. The police had come to my house. We lived in this basement, like a apartment building. It was 3 tiers. We just had got back from the hospital, and for my mom. And we came back that evening. It was a little cold. It was starting to get dark. And we noticed the back window was broken from inside the house. Nobody went behind the house to look and see, if there was, but we saw the window was broken inside. There was a police officer that came to the house. Literally, a police officer came and looked at the window, was broken. The police officer didn't. I don't know. I don't think the police officer went outside the back of the window, outside the back of the house. This is strange. Stay with me here so I can share with you what happened. So the police leave. It's getting cold. There's air coming in. It's a little dark. It's kind of a straight runway apartment. You got the back door and you got the front door. So it's kind of a straight run out from the back to the front. Well, I heard somebody say, let's put the kitchen table up against the window. So I think it was my brother or somebody. My brother, my uncle, or somebody. Next thing you know, all I heard was, there he is, and he has a knife. That's all I remember. I took off running. I'll share with you what happened. I took off running, and this is from what my mom or others told me of what had happened. Because he tried to chase my brother. My father tried to chase my brother, but he couldn't catch my brother. I took off. I don't think my dad was even thinking about me. As far as I know, I took off like a bullet. I went out straight to the corner. There was a little, like a store there in the corner, like a meat market, and it was like a little bar place where a lot of black people, a lot of black and Puerto Ricans would go there and dance and eat seafood and stuff. And I ran out there, and I remember this big black man. I remember, and all I could say to him is, my dad's killing my mother. That's all I remember. My dad's killing my mother. And I seen this guy grab a gun. I seen him pull a gun out of a coat, like a white coat, where they, like the guys that cut meat and stuff like that. And he grabbed my hand, and I said, don't shoot my dad. I was telling him, don't shoot my dad. I remember that. Don't shoot my dad. I don't know. I must have been 7, 8 years of age. So he walks me outside, holding my hand. Next thing you know, there's a police car there. I heard an ambulance screeching off, took off down the street. And I see my dad in a police car, just staring, kind of dazed in the car. And I remember staring at him, and that's the last I seen of him for a few months. My mom was in the hospital for several weeks. She lost all her blood. My dad stabbed my mother 5 times. 3 times in the chest, or 2 times in the chest, and a couple times in the back. Right in front of our house on the street. I didn't see it because I had bolted, taken off. I'm glad that I didn't see that. But these are the things that I've been through, and that's not the only incident, man. I can tell you other incidents where my dad's taken a meat cleaver to my mom, took her finger off. Situations with my dad and other police. It's been, but now I look back and I say, wow, I've been through all that. That's all training. It's all training for me now, because I've come out of it. I've been able to forgive. I've been able to forgive myself. I've been able to come out of that. And I'm able to think, and part of the reason why I was gambling was that was a major, major escape. And gambling ain't no joke. Let me tell you something. One of the most difficult addictions to break is gambling. But I'm doing it. I did it. And I'm going to help those of you that are interested in wanting to go forward. All right, my friends. I know everybody's kind of winding down, isn't it? Whoa, it's midnight. It's actually Christmas in California. Gambling, the big distraction, short-term escape. Wow, I've been here 49 minutes on this live broadcast. Isn't that something? It's been fun. It's been fun sharing, man. Appreciate all you guys. You also share that you will see. Take care. What great son and person you are. That's awesome, Santos. Many people will gamble today because they're bored. Yes, true. Many people will gamble today because they're bored. And that was MK Spokes. Yes. Welcome to the live feed. By the way, I'm going to be back here tomorrow at 7 p.m. We're going to be back here at 7 p.m. Appreciate that. Thank you, Keith Robinson, for the support. Mauricio, thank you for the support. Probably enjoyed my story about the paralyzed giving to the paralyzed veterans of America. Anyways, I appreciate what's going on. Yeah, it's be appreciative, and I think that's how we recycle. I'm using that recycle. If you see me ever post anything, if you see my posts every once in a while, you're going to see the really green recycle. It's like the green recycle logo. I like to put that on there with the hands, because that's my sign to pay it forward. Recycle. Recycle. Use your resources. Recycle. Pay it forward. So you'll see that little symbol. Now you'll know if you ever see there he is. He's sharing and caring, right? Recycle. That's what we do, man. All right, my friends. I'm gonna do my workout here. I'm gonna do my last workout to inspire those of you that need to work out, need to lose weight. All right. Now listen, I don't have the perfect back. I don't lift as heavy as I used to. But I still do some crazy exercises, and I use weights. I use weights in unusual ways too. So it's not the point of having fancy weights or anything. The point is just doing something. So here's my toast for those of you that need to work out and need to get going and need to do some walking, need to do some exercising. You need to get away from problem gambling. You need to shift your mindset. You need to work on your mind-mouth power connection. Or you need to just remind yourself every day your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. All right, here's my set. To you, my friend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 more, just for safety. 1, 2. Whew. I made that look too easy, huh? All right, guys. That was good. I love doing exercise. I like walking and stuff. Yeah. It's just good. Get rid of the anger and get rid of the road rage. Right? Isn't that... If you pump iron to get rid of the road rage, you think, I don't have road rage, but every once in a while you get a driver that really gets underneath he doesn't get underneath your skin, he gets underneath your car. And he just gets so, or she, or they, somehow. And then you begin to feel that road rage, like it comes up, and then you remember Santos said, yeah, you got to put a check on that road rage. Me too. We got to always do that. Right? Put a check on the road rage. Yep. By the way, remember those deported. Yes, remember them too. But remember the ones that are deployed. Remember everyone deployed. Red. Let me see, we've got a few people still here. Shout out to all of you guys that came on. Let me see if I can see who it is on the live chat. Let me see, we've got Jim West, Nick. Merry Christmas to all you guys. We passed the borderline. Vasil. Merry Christmas. Let me see, there's Jim. The Spokes. Rich Sapani. There's Jim again. Keith Robinson. Nick Castellano. And then there's Mauricio Perea. Congratulations for the channel. Thank you guys. By the way, we reached 4,000 subscribers, so thank you guys. Please help. Please help. Help me. We're also promoting Lei Yadao's channel right there. Lei Yadao. Lei Yadao. Make sure she's got some good music going on there. Well, there's another one from Greece. I believe it's Greece. I can't really see the translation. Hello, my friend from Greece. And then there was Joe Prenovos. Joe Prenovos. Joe Prenovos. Prenovos. Muy bien. Okay. Let me see. We'll hang out here for another minute. I feel like doing another set, but I'm going to wait on that because that 14 got me good there. Good. All right, my friends. Hey, we'll see you guys tomorrow at 7. All right? Water, exercise, believe in yourself, and remind yourself that all things are possible. All right, my friends, tomorrow night,